finally here. Hershey Park. I've been wanting to come here forever. Actually, I think it's my #1 bucket list park in the United States that I haven't been to yet. So we've got all day here. Just got here first thing in the morning. Do not go to Candymonium first thing because everyone heads there. So we're, I think, gonna head to Fahrenheit as our first ride, which will be my 200th coaster. I am super stoked between this, Skyrush, Wildcat's Revenge, and everything else that this park has to offer. I think it's gonna be a great day. Coaster number 200 overall with Fahrenheit, and pretty good ride. Solid. It's got decent moments of airtime, but those inversions were really fun. Some of them were pretty snappy. But yeah, overall, it was a good solid ride. Nothing too crazy in reality. Like it's got a lot of inversions, but definitely one you want to take care of first because of how long the line can get. But I think next, Wildcat's Revenge. People hype the crap out of that thing, saying it's one of the best roller coasters there is. Some people say it's better than Steel Vengeance. I put a pretty much near to a 0% chance that I will think that, considering that is my #1 overall. And to think that that is gonna be my #1 overall coaster, pretty unlikely, but I still think it's gonna be an outstanding ride. Let's go check out. Just got off of Wildcat's Revenge, and you know, people really hype that one up, saying it's amazing, maybe one of the best RMCs. I mean, I've only been on 5 at this point. I would put it behind Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance. That thing is pretty awesome. I can't wait to get more rides in. We got back row ride. The ejector's really good off that first drop. Just wish it was a little bit taller. I wish they actually went with the hyper on that. But regardless, the layout's really good. That pre-lift section, though, that stall was awesome. Just really cool, just hanging up underneath that thing. That's one thing I think that Steel Vengeance is really missing, is a stall like that. But that was a phenomenal ride. Definitely gonna head out to other things right now. I think we're gonna do Lightning Racer next. Lightning Racer surprised me. Like, I heard it wasn't, people don't love it that much because it doesn't have a lot of airtime, which it doesn't, but it was just really cool, the dueling aspect of it. Just weaving in between each other and having multiple close encounters with the other train was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. Definitely gonna have to get another ride on that so we can get both tracks, but that was awesome. Man, I really missed the hydraulic launch after losing it on Top Thrill Dragster, of course, but that was a nice, powerful launch on Storm Murder was amazing. I love how there's a lot more other than the launch. The top hat was great. Going through all the inversions on it was awesome. Just, yeah, overall, really, so far, really impressed with this park. There's a lot of really cool things here. People really hype this place up. I think it's well deserved so far. I think we're gonna head over to Great Bear next. So, waited quite a while for Great Bear, and I mean, it really wasn't that long wait, maybe like 25 minutes. The reason why I complain a little bit is because that is probably one of the slowest operating crews I've ever seen in my life. It took forever to send any trains, but the ride itself, I mean, it's a solid B&M invert. It's very unique and very quirky. Weird first drop, and then it's really cool how it kind of hangs around the river quite a bit and everything like that. So it was very unique. Probably our one and only ride for the day there, but we're heading to Skyrush next. Changing plans. Skyrush is down right now, so we're gonna head over to Candymonium and try out their new B&M Hyper. This will be the first new B&M Hyper that I'll be ridden in quite a while. Still a little bitter that Mako was down when I was at SeaWorld last year, so I'm excited to try a newer version. So, and to get on to Candymonium, which is a solid B&M hyper. Of the 5 I've ridden now, 4 or 5. Let's see, of the 4 or 5 that I've ridden, I would say it's the weakest one. It hits with decent airtime, but it's not as powerful as something like Diamondback. It is silky smooth, and I love the color scheme of it. And there's a lot of unique elements on it, but overall, I mean, still, it's a good ride. I enjoyed it, but hopefully next we can finally get on a Skyrush, because I've been dying to ride that. I think that one's really gonna hit the mark on how amazing that will be. All right, take 2 on trying to get a ride on Skyrush. Let's see how this is. All right, so Skyrush, that was amazing. That was so much amazing ejector airtime. The restraints are comfortable, which, you know, this is the first year they redid the restraints. They're like Velocicoaster or Tutatis. I'd be curious to know if I would have hated or loved this ride before those restraints were replaced. But regardless, that was an amazing ride. That first drop was insane, with amazing ejector as you pull to the right, nice and hard, going over those camelbacks with tons of speed. That is some of the strongest airtime I've ever experienced on any roller coaster, period. Definitely gonna have to get another ride on that one, because I'm not sure between that and Wildcat's Revenge which one I think is a better ride. They're both very close. They're both definitely the flagships in this park by far. But I think we're gonna go get another ride on Wildcat's Revenge, or at least head to that area, maybe hit something up beforehand. Just got 2 more rides on Wildcat's Revenge, and now I can kind of see what the hype of that one is. It's running much faster than it was this morning, for sure. I still think it places 3rd when it comes to the RMCs I have ridden, with Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance as a higher. But regardless, it is a phenomenal ride. Normally I'm not excited to ride a Vekoma Boomerang, but the one they have here is really coolly themed, with like smells and lights and everything. Jolly Rancher Remix looks like a lot of fun.
Green apple.
Yeah, like I said, normally I'm not excited to ride a Vekoma Boomerang, but that one was actually really cool. Nothing special about it itself, but the theming was really cool. It felt like a party, like a concert almost going on. And the smells, like it actually changes in the tunnel with the mist between what flavor you get selected at the beginning. Cool ride. Got the last couple rides in, got another ride on Skyrush, which it is a phenomenal coaster. The airtime is amazing. It kind of fizzles out at the end, which is my only complaint about it, and it's a little bit shorter than I'd like it, but overall, it is still an amazing ride. Now, I have to say as well, I definitely think that Wildcat's Revenge is a better roller coaster. That thing is pretty elite. It is an amazing ride. As for anything else, I got a last little ride on Comet. Glad to ride it, an old wooden coaster. I think they neutered it when they got the new trains, because it used to have buzz bars, although there really wasn't that much airtime on it, so it was okay. Glad I didn't wait in line for it like it was. Earlier it was like an hour wait, which I think is absolutely insane for that thing. But overall, Hershey Park is a good park, and that's kind of the problem. The lineup, everything on paper, this should be one of the best parks in the country. There's one major problem. Their operations is abysmal. They're everywhere you go, between food and the rides, people are just kind of with no pep in their step. It is taking forever to send trains and making the lines longer than they really should be. Not that the lines are too long, although we're here on a weekday. I imagine a weekend it's awful. But it just takes them forever to dispatch a train. And that's really my biggest problem with here, because if they fix that one problem, and all it takes is just getting the operations better. And this park is truly one of the best in the country. And that is more frustrating than anything, because the rides are here. I'm hoping that will be fixed. I don't know if that's kind of the norm, or maybe I came on an off day. I think I've heard that the operations are not the best. I hope they fix that, because this park is amazing and it deserves better. But regardless, that ends our little Pennsylvania trip. Knoebels was great, and this was great. I'm so glad I finally came here. But we might be getting a few other rides throughout the year of new parks. We'll just have to see. But overall, this was a great trip. I'm excited that I was finally get here. It was awesome.